right, guys, we are here at Origin Games Fair. I am here with John with Odam Publishing. And tell everybody at home what you guys are showing off.
Yeah, we're here exhibiting again our RPG products, but today is the first time we're here at the convention showing our Shared Dream board game. It was successfully kickstarted, and we have the prototype here, and so we're giving people a chance to see what we've created and get an idea of what they've gotten themselves into.
So kind of before we kind of go into nuts and bolts a little bit about Kickstarter, because I'm a Kickstarter geek on there,
Okay.
tell everybody a little bit about the story or the background of the world of your board game.
Okay, the Shared Dream is an adaptation of the RPG that's named after. It's basically about people waking up from a terrible dream and realizing that that terrible nightmare is coming true in the real world. So they all play a cooperative game where they fight back with their cool dream identities and abilities to try and stop the nightmare from coming true. It's completely cooperative. It runs from between 1 and 4 players. And yeah, so the base game comes with a couple of different scenarios, 5 in total. So you get plenty of replayability, plenty of different experiences and options for the game itself.
And I love the idea about this because, I mean, usually I love the storytelling aspect of this game because that's always something that I've always enjoyed doing is being able to introduce my own stories into it instead of just kind of following this set line. Like, how'd you take that transition from going to your RPG to putting it on a board game?
Yeah, this particular product does something that's a little unique in that regard. We try to marry the two principles of both a strategy game and an RPG. So there's plenty of storytelling via cards and things like that, but there's also a great strategy component. And what you'll see is that a lot of players will inject their own story into what's going on. We've had playthroughs where, you know, a hero saved the day by pulling a ray gun out of a dream at the last moment and killing off the last bad guy. You know, and another group might play that very same scenario and say, well, I spent 2 points and got +4 and I won, you know. So it all depends on what suits that group. So this offers you, ideally, the best of both worlds, so you can latch on to the part that's most interesting to you.
I definitely love that. So why did you guys decide to go the Kickstarter route to make the board game?
You know, it's a difficult thing business-wise. I find Kickstarter a whole bizarre animal in its own right. But it does offer some things, both business, business-wise and for the fans. You know, if you're involved in making a product before it's finished, we actually get to hear your voice before the product's finished. I mean, that might not mean anything to certain companies, but to ours, if a customer tells me that a particular product turns them off because, I take that to heart. I then go, before that product ever gets to manufacturing, and get a chance to make adjustments that I wouldn't have gotten to make unless I heard that beforehand. So that's a big part of why Kickstarter happens. The business side of it is, well, it gets us to gauge interest. We can make decisions intelligently based on how many people are interested in the product. So it serves both masters, essentially, both the numbers, money-wise and production-wise, and customer-wise. I mean, what's better than getting your voice heard by the company that's making something you want to have, you know? So that's really the answer, why.
So you also said it was successful, so how well did you do in your project?
The Kickstarter was very successful by our terms, considering it's our first endeavor into board games itself. I believe the project finished with a total, I think it was 143. After the fact, with extra add-ons and backer, it's now well over that. I mean, I don't even know what the final number is, but it's a lot. So, you know, it's given us the opportunity to essentially do things I never knew we'd have the chance to do. And I think that's another example of why, as a mechanism, it's great. If it wasn't for Kickstarter, if it wasn't for that opportunity, the game's a locked, finished entity before they even get a chance to look at it. Now, because so many people liked it, they got 5 expansions, they've got a whole bunch of cool add-ons and miniatures and things that would have never existed if it wasn't for them.
And so I always like asking this to people who finish their projects and stuff. Say, if you could go back and do it again, or if somebody who's brand new and it's like, John, I want to do this Kickstarter, what are your tips for me?
I would say you're going to get what you put into any business endeavor. If you treat a Kickstarter like, this is a cool idea, I wonder if people will like it, you're going to be very disappointed with the outcome. But if you treat the process of soliciting someone's interest, accepting their money, going ahead and trying to satisfy their interest in your product, and you take it to heart, seriously, and give yourself to that process, it could be a very rewarding experience. So it's really a matter of what you put into it. You run a business like it's a hobby, it becomes a hobby. If you run it like a business and you care about your customer and you care about what they get out of their exchange with you, it'll be a very good experience.
All right, John. So if people are interested, because obviously you're probably going to sell this after the Kickstarter, or if they want to check out any of your other stuff, where should they go?
The website is odampublishing.com. You can check out any of the products we make. There's a forum there. If you have questions you want to ask other players, other fans, you can talk to them. Check us out on all the normal social media, Facebook, it's Odam Publishing, Twitter, the usual suspects. But if you are interested in the Shared Dream, the board game itself, they're still accepting pre-orders, so you can still late pledge and get in on all the fun stuff up until August. By the end of August, it will make the transition to normal retail. Backers will start getting all of their rewards first, as is appropriate in my opinion. And then after that, everyone will be able to buy it normally. So that's what will happen.
All right, John, thank you so much for showing us this off, and this is way cool, so I appreciate it. Guys, make sure you check it out, and more from Origins.